Okay, we are live. Welcome everyone to this April MetaMask Developer Community Call. How are you, Ayush? How is this month going for you?
Pretty good. I'm pretty good. So many new updates coming up in the MetaMask, new products coming up. What about
Nice.
you? How's your month
Nice.
going?
All good. Exciting. Yeah, we close up the entire kind of like ECC Paris Blockchain Week kind of like part, and next week is coming. Consensus is coming. A lot of different things, but also like as you said, a lot of different update. And yeah, again for everyone that is chiming in, welcome to this April MetaMask Community Call, and we're excited to just have you guys. So quick update and quick kind of housekeeping. So whatever, any questions, any kind of like doubt or anything you want to kind of flagged, we have the public chat here. You can ask question to our guest. And again, we have 1 hour, a little bit less than 1 hour to cover different updates. And we have different guests that are coming to present. I would say let's jump in. Okay, so agenda looks semi-packed this month, but we have actually like quite interesting updates here. So we will have a quick intro. So what are those community calls are, why we're doing this, and a quick recap also on what's happening around the Builder Nights and Community Builder Nights run by all the MetaMask ambassadors. There is a lot of update, a lot of like cool news that we want to share and kind of update the ecosystem too. Then our second session will be driven by Felipe, and we will actually speak about trustful agents with delegation. And I think, Ayush, you know better than anyone what permission delegation are, so you will be probably excited about this session.
I also like there are so many like CLIs coming up for the agentic e-commerce and like for agentic trading. I think it will be pretty interesting to know like how to have the trustful layer with the agents.
Yes, yes. I think like we discussed a lot during Khan, also like the entire kind of guardrails for agent, how we can push better guardrails and kind of like limits for actually like specific use case. And I think delegation are perfect suite here. I think I'm definitely looking forward to this session from Felipe. And then our third session will be on MetaMask Connect. So I don't want to kind of like say what is Connect. I think we already had Adam from our team before in our call. And this session we have Shabazz here from our best DevRel team here in MetaMask. And yeah, excited to actually hear some of those updates around the news, around the SDK update and what's Connect. And how actually can people put the SDK in a nutshell with docs and tutorials. And then we will wrap up. Awesome. Cool. Let's do it. Any session that you're excited about, Ayush? They want to share?
I'm excited about the MetaMask Connect as well. Shabazz will be like going through a lot of like new updates on the UX as well, which will be very interesting to know. Um, if you're a user of MetaMask, you should like definitely listen, even if you're not a developer, because there are pretty cool updates there.
Nice, exciting. Okay, sounds good. Okay, let's move. Quick housekeeping, as I mentioned before. Feel free to ask question in the chat. This should be like kind of like a generalized ecosystem session. So this is us kind of like to present, showcase, bring a lot of like partners and cool ecosystem players, and the same as you guys. If you have any question or you want to kind of like ask something to the presenter, feel free to ask directly. We have all recorded live stream a little bit everywhere. So in case also you want to kind of replay the session, we have a bunch of links that we will share also like after the calls. And as mentioned multiple times, we have both a Telegram specific group for developer builder founders. And we have also a builder hub, builder.metamask.io, where you can actually ask a different question. And there is a lot of other people from the MetaMask team to actually answer those questions. Could be stuff from integration, debugging, how to actually like leverage our products. So a lot of different things that you can ask that. So why are we doing those community call? Why this is happening every end of the week of the month, and why we're doing this kind of like, every month, really to give exposure to a lot of like builders and founders in the space, and proactively reaching out to the ecosystem and really like showing that we are there for the ecosystem. We are here to not just support, but also like create innovation and ship, right? And I think like the entire goal here is really to show we're not here like to tell how to do things. Really like sometimes we're also running this live coding session where we're kind of like trying to debug and crash and build things. And I think like this is the best way to actually like showcase those demo and showcase things. And as you see in the agenda, also we're bringing cool ecosystem partners. So founders that are working hard in the ecosystem in different line of products, right? Could be work stream from like stablecoin to delegation to different use case. And the goal here is to do it consistently. What does it mean? Having those monthly ecosystem and community calls is very important because we're able to kind of give the floor to everyone that actually is making a difference. And I think the goal here is that if you're thinking like you're building cool stuff, our doors are always open. Feel free to reach out, feel free to ask questions, and I think also like feel free to also flag different cool founders or builder in the ecosystem. Okay, sounds good. Anything else I'm missing here, Ayush? Why you're excited always to cause this community call with us?
I think it's also a platform for a developer to like know what's happening in the ecosystem. Like sometimes we also cover like what has been happening in a month, not just in the MetaMask, but like in general, like Web3 ecosystem, what's happening with the agentic world and what's the new thing that you can watch out for. So I think it's also a
Yes.
good way for someone watching to like get updates like what's happening in the ecosystem.
Yes. Yeah, maybe I think like in the next community calls, I mean, hopefully this is not happening, but like we can provide update around, what's happening around all those hacks, like today is very fresh on the Wasabi side. So it's, I mean, I wish like, those
You
things
wrote
were
a
not
very
happening.
long tweet, right? Like on the
Yes.
Wasabi side. Like
Yes, I was trying to actually like checking out the entire kind of like transaction simulation side. How is the workflow, and trying to kind of like create some kind of story to make people understand, because a lot of time is not really like a crazy hack. Like majority of those hacks are happening because of either social engineering or single entry point of failure, and this is very specific to not even using a multisig. And I think best practice are also part of why we need to advocate more for this ecosystem. And I think it's important. It's very important. And I think and I don't think like these surprises will finish up, right? I think we are not just getting started. There will be more and more of those episodes, but in the same time, I think it's important that we are parallelizing education, and I think not just education but also advocacy of what are the strong product out there that you should leverage, how to do, and how to do specific things. Okay, let's do it. So a couple of like highlights. The last quarter has been quite packed for community builder nights. So I don't know if people understood what those community builder nights are. Those are basically like a community driven spin-off of what builder nights are, and everyone can actually spin a meetup, an event in their city, right? You need to apply when you're basically like a MetaMask ambassador. You can create those meetups, and in the past couple of months, we see basically like 30 plus different cities being hosted, and I think also you hosted even one on Delegation, and it was very exciting.
yeah, we did one with the providing guardrails for the agents using the Gator CLI. So I think like
Nice.
we'll have a session today on like why we need to have the guardrails for the agents to create trustless layer.
Yeah, you spin off, I think, also an OpenClaw, right, instance?
Yeah,
Nice,
and
nice,
then you
nice.
can do A2A via OpenClaw using the Gator CLI.
Very cool. Very cool. Sounds good. And what's happening next? Next week, as I mentioned, like we'll be also at Present and Consensus, and we're also like hosting one of the big builder night. Narrative specific will be everything on multi-chain with Solana Foundation, a lot of like different company in the ecosystem, and the goal really is to drive awareness around a specific topic like multi-chain, stablecoin, and infrastructure for multi-chain agents and agent e-commerce. So if you're around, feel free to jump in and just ask question. And we're planning now, like also like an ETHConf kind of presence for Builder Night, and a lot of more things that we will share coming in the next community calls. So as we mentioned, like we did 40 plus like events in different like cities this quarter. I wish like we could post all the videos, all the tweets, all the pictures, and here are just some. But I just want to kind of shout out here for how resilient is our ecosystem, not just on the MetaMask side, but also driving those community builder nights is really like kind of like amazing and kind of like crazy to see it, right? I think the ecosystem has never been so active in terms of like driving adoption awareness around other builders and founders in the space. And yeah, and I think like I almost like discovered even new cities every week, right? I think like our team, I mean, it's impressive like how we were able and how much passion those ambassadors have. And I think we're just committed to innovation and committing to scale this up. So if you're listening, and you want to actually like host a community builder night in your city, you are passionate about a specific topic, could be from OpenClaw to agent commerce to anything like related to Web3, could be even like specific guardrails and technical guardrails for agent even in Web2. So feel free to always reach out, and you have a lot of information in Builder Hub, and there will be a lot of like different things. Here is a QR code that we put here, where actually like the next community builder nights are happening. Maybe some are in your city, and we always encourage it with other ambassadors in your city. Maybe in the next times you can actually like co-organize with some of those ambassadors. Okay,
Also, like it's
sounds good.
a
Go for it.
good platform for like local community come together, not just like for like the workshop or session, but if you
I agree.
want to host just a networking session where
I think it's a
cool
good idea.
people can talk about cool things, that is a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
way to do.
Yeah, we saw even some community builder nights were very kind of like small and quality focused, like just met in some cafe and network with other fellow founders and builders, and was really great to see it, right? I think, sparking and advocating with passion is something that is independent to what the programming is, right? I think you just need to make it happen. And I think like it's great to see the ecosystem also like growing and passionate people in our space. Okay, sounds good. I think let's dive in our first session. So let's invite uh, Felipe here on stage. Excited actually to have this session, understanding also like how you guys leverage delegation. And welcome, Felipe. It's an honor to have you here. I heard before like you're tuning in from the sunny Barcelona, and welcome. You want to quickly introduce yourself?
Hi, Francesco. Hi, Yush. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. Yeah, super excited to discuss about what we have been building with MetaMask and the Gator CLI and all the tooling that you guys are creating. Just to introduce myself, I'm Felipe. I'm originally from Brazil. I live in Europe. I'm in Barcelona now. I'm building Thirdfy, which is a control layer for agentic finance. So we are building on top of Gator CLI and many other tooling, and super excited to discuss and to showcase to you guys.
Nice, nice. How you came up with like the idea to actually like build this, and especially also like integrating delegation.
Yeah, it's funny because we have been seeing this transition from DeFi and crypto to agents, and I was joking with one of our partners, Ian, that basically it started when I started to do some agents, and I lost some money on agents, and then I figured out that other people can lose as well. And if you think about scaling this to enterprise, this can be a big issue, So this can be something really big. And then we started to play out on that. We met Ryan recently in some events, and he showcased to us, look, this we are building something on the delegation. And we started to play on that, and it was really interesting. When we started to read the docs and everything from MetaMask, we decided to integrate it and build this guardrail for agents. So because also there is a big difference between what we have been seeing in the recent moments with chatbots and even automation is different from autonomous agents. Like there's a big difference. If you keep agent running with runtime memory and all the tooling, it's different that you talking with an agent to execute on your for you, or even if you give like an agent a simple automation. And it was something missing that we found out that we had to build something like this. It wasn't. We tried to find something on the market, and we didn't find anything like this. And then we just figured out that MetaMask was building something really cool. We just decided to integrate it. So that was the start.
Nice. Oh, you have no idea, man. Like how much memory loss has my orchestrator to the agents, and sometimes I'm restarting a conversation, even if there is a shared memory. Like it's actually crazy, and it's funny because we are talking about hallucination like 6 to 1 year ago. Now it's like memory loss, like it's very specific. Like, and I think there are those waves of innovation. But I think let's dive in. So you want to screen share? Let me know what is better for you. I definitely would love to learn about it, but also Ayush, when you're saying reading docs, that's all your side. I think super happy. I mean, we got a lot of docs rework during those months, and I'm happy also those are on top now.
I'm happy the docs are helpful. At least someone else is reading apart from LLMs.
That's true. Okay, let's do it.
Francesco, I have we did recently a pilot program with our users, and we shared the results of MetaMask, so I can a little bit talk about that.
Yes, that sounds good.
The pilot was consistently testing the behavior of our user and our community. That's what we did. So we invited some users to access a link through our platform. And basically, they had to delegate at least 100 USDC to an autonomous agent. And on top of that, we did an A/B test that consisted with the Model A and Model B. The Model A was you delegate the capital to the agent, but you need to set the parameters of the amount of the USDC that you are doing, the expiration time, and some other rules. And the Model B was just delegate, you see that and then you click and that's it. So the results was they were very interesting because we had no revocation at all and during the time. So everyone that joined the program, the pilot, they basically did not revocate it. So they trusted the agent, and they took 3 minutes to process the whole flow. And then that's it. They trusted the agent and let the agent run and play for them. And the Model B was the better conversion for all. So what we found is that there is a hunger on autonomous agents, and the less friction that you create, the more simple is the experience of the user, like delegation, like clicking and delegating, the better. So this is what we found, and we applied for our results. So it's also a very good document that we have been sharing with MetaMask team, and we're excited about the results as well.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I need to read it through. I saw it before, there were a lot of I think it was 20 plus pages, and it's super exciting, especially on the reporting side. You want to show maybe your landing page, a little bit, maybe, I don't know if you have a demo or something, feel free to also share anything that you think is useful.
Yeah, I can share something that we have been building. We didn't announce it public yet, just some demo to the community. But
don't worry, just us. There is no one here listening.
I'm excited to show.
Yes.
You guys see?
Yes, we can see it now.
All right. So what we have been building recently, we are creating an autonomous finance agent workspace. What is that? It's a simple place to build finance agents on 3 categories, which is going to be trading, yield, and prediction. And we are doing with the most famous frameworks right now: OpenClaw, Claude, and Hermes. and we use our delegation method and Gator CLI on top of that. So all the agents being deployed and done, you can basically use all the infrastructure in a simple way. So I'm gonna open the dashboard here. So it's very simple, like a workspace, like a Google Workspace, for example. You set the, you can create the agent here. You select the framework. We have been very excited about this one. It's not so famous yet, but it's basically, it stays in the infrastructure from Anthropic and Claude. So also you deploy here, you can select the category. If it's going to be yield, it's going to be trading and prediction. Later you set the risk level. You got the template, the token that you're going to set the strategy. And one thing that is very interesting is that we are creating with developers and the community templates, which is going to be like the brain of the agent. So if you want to deploy an agent and make it simple to deploy it, you're going to be able to do it very, very easily. You have also the agent strategy, the soul of the agent, all the setup, the persona. You can create the name, the tagline, the bio, the persona, everything. And then later, you have all the skills set up. We have integrated crypto skills, which that have more than 1,000 integrations. It's a very good open repository. And then here with this one, you set the chain, you set the model, you can do Opus or Sonnet. And then later you deploy. And you set also the cron job and the flow of the agent. It's very simple. Then you deploy, and that's it. It's live. If you do it on the open cloud, for example, it's the same flow, but you're gonna be hosting the agent with us, or you can bring your agent and set it directly as well. So here you have all the 3 ways to control layer, like self, hybrid, and Thirdfy, which is basically adding your agent to work with the platform. And that's it. Like we tried to make something so simple and so scalable that you deploy an agent with a guardrail and a delegation method in the simple way. That's what we have been building, and we are very excited to launch this in the coming weeks.
That's super interesting. I think like it would be also like great to see how it like correlates with 804, since like every agent deployed via Unclaw will have like delegations. They can also do A2A communication very easily. So if someone has an agent that is like very good for trading, my agent can basically delegate that, hey, these are the permissions to do trading on my behalf. Some similar to like prediction market as well. As if Francesco is able to have a bot that is able to predict very in a good way for the coin flipping, maybe I can delegate it.
Yeah, I have been seeing very good results on the prediction, because we were talking before, like with trading, the world and the scenario for agents are very complex, are bigger. Like, and on the prediction side, you have more chances to do it right. Like you have the yes or no, you have the situation of the real world, but we have been seeing like very good results on the prediction side, and people used to like to delegate on that. So there are no emotions on agents; they're basically facts. So we are very excited to the coming weeks to start deploying on the prediction.
Nice.
It's pretty interesting to know. Like, yeah, go ahead, Francesco.
No, I just wanted to read some of the community questions. Like, I mean, I assume like credit cost will be based on the LLM side, or are you taking some markups?
Yeah, right now it's going to be only available for our community. We're going to be announcing very soon, but we're going to be having like pricing and plans.
Nice.
Of course, the Opus is going to be the most most expensive because of the cost of all the LLM. But there's one important thing that we're going to be announcing soon, is that when you deploy an agent, the way you do it right now is basically you need to deploy one agent for one user. This is the concept that we have in the market right now. The way we are doing is that if you deploy an agent and you attach to Thirdfy, you can send the intents to Thirdfy, and other users and other people can basically delegate to this agent through the Gator CLI, and then you can use an agent without having all this cost of LLM and everything. So the way we are doing that is that with one agent we can scale to many wallets, like thousands of wallets, through this method. We found that delegation not only it's a guardrail, it's a way to protect the users, but also it's a way to scale the agentic finance model. That's what our discovered as well.
I mean, that's perfect. I mean, what Ayush was saying about kind of like copycat trading and successful like trading, especially on prediction market, I think delegation is playing here perfectly, right? And one thing is like is about context. Like we have a question here that is actually like asking, are there any costume prompts injected into the agent by default? You guys like provide a context based or some kind of like pre-built prompt for those agents to kind of like give those guardrails?
Yeah, so we see like a huge opportunity on template and this strategy market. This is what I see. That's why we created this product, because right now the way you do it right now, like you can add the soul of the agent and you can set a lot of the things. But the way we are doing templates is basically attach all the brain into one piece, like the guardrails, the delegation, and the strategy, and also the skills that he's going to be adding. So the way we do is that when you send one intent to our method, and it's not permitted, it's basically a control layer. Agents send the intent. If it's permitted, it's going to be executed. So having this guardrail, this inside the agent, the chances of having like wrong prompts and everything, it goes way down, because of this control layer. This is what we have been building, And this example of this product that Call that we are going to be launching soon, it's basically a way to easily engage and make developers build on top of that, and also create templates on top of that. If you see here, we're going to have like a template market that developers and builders will be able to create templates on top of trading, yield, and also prediction. So if you are a builder and you want to build with us, we're going to be opening spots very soon. You can go to thirdfy.com/developers and reach out to our team. So this is what we're going to be doing. So yeah, we are very aware about the prompt injections and all this stuff, and the guardrails make things easier on this side.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, thanks everyone here for asking question in the comments. Sorry, I usually before like I cut you off. Like if you have any question on that, feel free to ask. And in the meantime, we will also like share the Thirdfy link in the chat.
Yeah, I just had a question like regarding the prediction market. If like we are supporting the poly market, I would be interested to know like how the delegations are working there, because the prediction market is based on the clock and send one to signature. So would be like interested to know like how it's spanning out.
Yeah, we are doing like we are using Thirdfy before of that. So we do like you send the intent, and then Thirdfy sends the intent to the other side. So we do this guardrail before reaching poly market or Cauchy, whatever. So we are been doing in this delegation side. You delegate, and then you send the intent, and then we verify the intent for you.
Awesome.
Nice. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I think that's everything. So what's next, Felipe? I think like you said, shipping this and distributing this. Any other things that you're excited about? You kind of like you can mention publicly.
Yeah, we have been focusing the community experience of this product. We have been going to announce in the coming days, and we're going to be engaging and inviting developers to build on top of this. So I can share the link. It's thirdfy.com/developers. We have now CLI going to be live soon. It's already launched but not announced, and also an MCP. So if you want to build on top of this platform, this workspace, you can go directly there. Or you can directly install, if you want to host your agent, if you want to use our delegation. We're going to also have something really cool about data, about reading and understanding and learning what finance agents are doing. So you're gonna, if you are developing finance agents, if you want to monetize with us, you're gonna be able to do that by just plugging our CLI and sending the data for us. So yes, thirdfy.com/developers. You can reach with my handle on X is x.com/Felipe Rieger. You can reach me or Thirdfy. You're gonna be super excited to have you on board.
Nice, nice. Yeah, excited also like to test it out. Felipe, thank you so much for your team to kind of like keep shipping, and yeah, looking forward also to see somehow IRL next. And yeah, until that, looking forward for what you presented today, also to go public and test it out. Awesome. Thank you so much, Felipe.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
Pleasure. Okay, so I think like we are in our last section of the day. I think it was very interesting. What do you think, Ayush?
I think it was pretty interesting. How like I feel like the primary reason for delegations were not just the guardrails, but on the more of like how you can solve the coordination problems, right? And like this A2A thing is like one of the like coordination problem that we were not able to solve in the Web3 world. There were like session keys and stuff, but it stops you at the one level only. But with delegations, you can do the multi-hopping and everything, which actually solves the A2A thing at the bigger scale. And as Felipe mentioned, like it's not just providing guardrail, but it also helps you scale the product in a way that you can do more like coordination solutions.
Yes. So for the kind of like founders out there, they want to integrate delegation. What are your recommendations? Like obviously, like they can ask directly their agents to kind of like check the docs. But any specific things that you want to mention, like guides, tutorials? Yeah.
I think like we can share the like quick start guides in the docs, and we have advanced permissions as well, which were went live like this month. And it's pretty interesting because now you can also do delegations directly from like the MetaMask extension. So imagine if you want to use want your agent to use like directly MetaMask wallet, your agent can get the funds from MetaMask wallet without you have to worry about like having to transfer funds to your agent every time. So that's also like one thing that you like any developer or like founder can explore.
Nice. Yeah, that's super exciting. Okay, sounds good. So I think like let's move on. And oh, by the way, we're also planning some live coding session on delegation. So feel free also like to reach out if you're building cool stuff. And we are also like sharing some of the links. Let me share here our MetaMask Smart Account Kit docs and kind of like getting started guide and more things to come. Okay, let's get now Shabazz in our call. So if you don't know anything about MetaMask Connect, so this is kind of like the session that you want to be. Shabazz, again, it's a pleasure to have you here. I think we chatted today for at least like 3 or 4 times already, but welcome to this community call. And you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me again, consecutive time for the MetaMask community call. Thanks, Ayush. Thanks, Francesco. Hey, everyone. My name is Shabazz. I lead the DevWell initiative for the MetaMask Connect for the humans, because everything is about agentic and humans these days. So MetaMask Connect is for humans as of today. And I'm here to update and give you updates on like what's latest in the MetaMask Connect, and then a couple of some new things that is live on the MetaMask wallet. So let me see if I can share my screen.
Of course.
Okay. So it won't be a long session for me, but like let's see like what we have. So probably if you have joined the previous session, we talked about the docs overhaul on like what we did on the MetaMask Connect side. So if you are new to this call, and if you haven't attended the last one, so MetaMask Connect is the newest version to connect with MetaMask wallet, and this is what we are saying, that like it is a seamless way to connect to cross-platform connections and multi-chains with the multi-chain sessions. So you just need one SDK if you wanted to go multi-chain. or if you, and we have also kept it the backward compatible for the EVM and Solana, if you can see it over here. But this is mainly about one latest update on the WAGMI. So we are now live with the latest WAGMI. And if you are stuck with WAGMI 2 and looking to upgrade to WAGMI 3, probably you want to see this particular migration guide and the quick start on like how you would do the migration, what things you need to follow so that your MetaMask Connect integration just works seamless. Apart from this, a couple of minor updates on the MetaMask Connect multi-chain version. Then the MetaMask Connect went with major version of 1 and the Solana, if you're coming from the Solana ecosystem. So this is a very quick update on like what has happened on the MetaMask Connect side. And if you can see, we did some overhaul on the troubleshoot section. So if you're stuck on anything which we probably have it covered here. If not, you can always feel free to reach out to us through our community channel through like builders.metamask.io. So yes, this is the MetaMask Connect site, which we do the handshake on the dApp side. Let's move on to what has happened on the MetaMask wallet. So if you are new to MetaMask, or if you're not using MetaMask wallet, you should definitely download it from the metamask.io/download to get the latest update. If not, if you are stuck with the previous version, what you need to do is basically come over here and just probably if you have not, it's not ideally recommended. You will get the the OTA updates on the extension. But you just, if you want to see like what's happening with the latest on MetaMask wallet, probably you just hit update and you will be good to go. So I have 3 things to show on the MetaMask wallet. So the first would be very visible if you go to any dApp. Let's say for this example, Uniswap. If you try to connect with MetaMask, now you get this permission, right, to connect, and you would have it something pop up. So like previously, this MetaMask was by default as a pop-up mode. Now you can see that it's defaulted to the side panel. So this is the first one which is latest to this is live on the latest version, which is 13.28. And if you're behind 13.25, you probably need to update to the latest to see the side panel effect. And if you can see over here at the bottom, this is what we are calling as the dApp control bar. So each time you connect to a dApp, you will see a bottom footer here, which shows you what you're connected to, which account you're connected to, and you will be able to do the basic, the settings and the logout feature right from here, right? The cool part is that like if you go to a different dApp, that thing just disappears.
Just a point. I think can we Francisco move to the right, because the bar is not visible.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for flagging that.
There you are.
Yes, that was the main feature. Like that was hidden with this. So yeah, let me repeat what I was saying is that like if you get connected to any dApp, you'll see apart from the side panel view, which is live on the 13.28, or if you are from the previous version, this particular update came into 13.26. If you are on that, you'll see this happening on the pop-up itself, or you can always come here and either you do close the side panel or open it in the open it in the pop-up itself. You will see this same footer. So over here you see the dApp name, dApp icon, and you are connected to which account, and you will have the flexibility to switch your chains and do the basic settings and the logout feature. The cool part about this particular dApp control bar is that if you go to a different dApp, and let's say with this one, that dApp control bar disappears. It's a visual indicator that you're not connected to this site, right? So, or let's say if you come here, try to connect, and you will obviously have to, like if you're signing for the first time, you will see this RFL code to sign up for the Hyperliquid, and it just switches to the Hyperliquid. And if you go back to the previous one, it just comes back to the previous state. So it's easier for you to manage the session. Let's say if you want to change the account, it will quickly say it here to, you're not connected to this one. Probably you want to connect to this account. And if you go back to the first one, this, as I was saying, this you are connected here, right? The same goes for the other dApp very quickly. Over here, that you can select the the ecosystem that you're coming from. MetaMask support as of today these 3 standard providers, but we support most of the chains out of the box. Apart from these 3, we also support Bitcoin. So what else I was gonna show? The other one is about the the dApp connections. Like we have been connecting to these dApps, right? And at a time, it's very difficult to know that how you are connected to. Maybe you're not live on this particular site, or you are over here, and you wanted to see like where your extension is connected to. You just open the setting, go to dApp connection, and you'll be able to see all the sites that you have connected to. And trust me, if you have not looked into this, go and check it out. Probably it would be more than this what I have. And thanks to this disconnect all button, now I have the flexibility to connect and disconnect. Disconnect all at once, or I can do cherry pick it and just do the disconnect for just one app. But if you're on Twitter, feel free to share this screenshot that how many sites you are connected to. I would challenge Francesco and I used to also see like how much sites they are connected to. So these are the quick 3 updates on the MetaMask wallet side, which is powered through like how we are showcasing the dApp, as well as the new sidebar and the dApp connections, dApp disconnections basically. So yeah, this is me from the very quick MetaMask Connect updates, as well as the MetaMask wallet updates.
Nice. That was amazing to see. I think like I have like question around the dApp referral bar. Like the way you showcase, like you can now visibly see whether your app is connected or not. Previously, we had to click on the hamburger icon and go and check whether it's showing like
True.
connected or not. So,
Yeah.
is there any like case studies behind, like any other case study behind like adding this feature?
Yes. So what was broken? We did a pilot research with a lot of users internally as well as externally on like how things are not seamless. So even today, if you see over here, it is not. I would say is the best. We would have. There is more update coming on the same dApp control bar, which allows you to switch the network right from here. So that is again part of the bigger, feedback that we have been receiving from the users, from the user research, as well as from general users on socials, and also internal testings. So especially on this, there are a lot many updates that are happening on the the connection states. Like as of today, if you see over here. So just a sneak peek. We don't have the latest version. I'm not sure if I can share that. But like this thing is coming with a latest overhaul design, which would be very easy for you to, as a user, to see like what you are connected to and what you're giving permissions to. So those things are coming, and these are all part of the bigger user user research and UXI updates, all about the the dApp connections bar.
Nice. So if there's any user out there who wants like to have some like great updates on the UX, feel free to reach out to Shabazz or us on like
Oh yeah,
Telegram
always.
or like Twitter.
Just tag me on the Twitter. Like if you have any issues on the MetaMask wallet, provided that you need to be updated on the latest one, so that I can take your latest updates and do try out the extension and see like what's working and what's not. And the best I would say is that you try it out in your the production app or the development app which supports the MetaMask wallet, MetaMask Connect SDK, just to have the better experience overall.
I found it very useful. Also, like the guides from WAGMI, I think the majority of people, like including me before, was always like going through WAGMI, right? So it's quite straightforward. And I think like, what are your main kind of question that people are asking you going through this quick start, like kind of for blockers? Is everyone kind of like transitioning easy? Yeah.
I think so. There is some caveats on upgrading WAGMI. If you have worked with WAGMI, you would know that there are they somehow tend to release some updates even in the minor versions. So that is what sometimes if you don't follow the straight away path, you would not get this particular update. For example, I'll quickly show you with MetaMask. Sorry, the WAGMI 3. The MetaMask Connect update came into through the WAGMI connector 8 and above, right? So if you just download WAGMI, and if it's for some reason the connector is not 8 or less than 8, you would not have the there might be some issues on connecting to WAGMI on the MetaMask Connect side. So just on this, if this is basically a requirement that the WAGMI 3.6 uses this. So if you are on some previous version of WAGMI 3 and you expect that it can come out like out of the box with MetaMask Connect, that's not the case. That the previous version might be just using MetaMask SDK, which is the previous legacy version. Apart from that, I think if most things are very common, apart from minor things. For example, this is not related to MetaMask Connect, but it is in general about moving from WAGMI 2 to WAGMI 3. So we have tried to bring the WAGMI migration guide references in the quick start itself, so that it captures most of the upgrade. So something might be broken. If not, I'll fix it. But for example, previously we used to have use connect to just get connected, but this is use connection with the WAGMI 3 updates. Nothing new. What we are doing here is just that we are addressing that we have moved on to WAGMI 3. You should also. So even if you're using WAGMI 2, it's straightforward. It just works, but something may not work for you, right? So
yeah, if it's not working, I mean, yes, you can reach out, but I think also a lot of people are just asking questions in the Builder Hub directly, and there is a bunch of resources.
Sure. I just quickly want to show how the Builder Hub looks like. So if you and you can feel free to close this. If you are coming to Builder Hub and if you have very direct question on MetaMask Connect, just come over here, ask your questions. We have it based on the SDKs as well. Like if you're part of a very specific one, you can ask that. Apart from that, there are a lot of FAQs, which is also available on the docs itself. But like if you feel that something needs to be FAQ, something needs to be updated, feel free to raise it over here and we'll address it. So yeah, this is the quick update that we have.
Nice. Super useful, Shabazz. Like I'm excited also to see what's happening next. I think there is a lot of also dApps in the ecosystem, upgrading or at least moving on the Connect side. There are different adding value. I think it makes sense. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, and the one thing that I would say about if you're still on MetaMask SDK and your dApp is having some reliability issues, please update to the MetaMask Connect. We have fixed all those bulky things, issues, stuck screens, and everything around those with MetaMask Connect, and hopefully migrating from MetaMask SDK to the Connect side. And we have a dedicated migration guide from the legacy SDK to the the latest. Let me drop it in the chat so that we can share it for others. So if you are stuck on the previous legacy SDK, feel free to just upgrade it through this. And if you're just doing on the WAGMI side, that was the previous link was that. Maybe I can share that link as well.
Yeah, and I think we were planning before, we also planning some live coding session to actually provide kind of a migration demo, I think, for people and for founders. So if you're also planning to do so, feel free also to reach out. We're also happy to kind of do it live with some dApp founder or something. That would be cool.
Yeah, that's a good one, right? We wanted to showcase that how you upgrade it, and let's do it on a live coding session and see what are the issues that face, and probably that. If it's a bigger issue, we'll fix it. If not, that's a fun learning for everyone to see, how you migrate from the previous SDK to this. And I think we have, I think I shared it early in the call itself, that we have a troubleshooting section that covers most of the common issues that we have, or you might occur while you're developing. So yeah, if not, we also have we have integrated it with AI most of the pages. So feel free to just plug in there and see like what does it code for you.
Oh yeah, I mean on the docs there was a lot of like work. I think very cool is the kind of like open this with Claude. You already have some context on the docs. It's quite straightforward, and I think it's also very helpful on the doc side. Yeah.
Too. And hopefully maybe in the next call, if we have like so many updates coming in the next month. Hopefully if I have a spot, I will love to show those updates along with the AI feature that we have built with Cursor and through the Cursor plugin, and would love to showcase that, like how you can integrate and work it through, or maybe before that as well during the the live coding session, use the Cursor plugin to get most of the boring job.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay, cool. We're 4 minutes in. Shabazz, thank you so much. I think I will just bring up the looking forward also for the next updates, and maybe we can even bring Adam and next. Awesome. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Yeah, I mean, it was super interesting. We're 3 minutes out. I think it's one of the first community call that we're actually finishing on time. Probably because we had like two very condensed session here. Ayush, what did you enjoy the most? Any kind of remarks on the delegation side, on the Connect side? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think like we already shared remark on the delegation side. Like it's really important for us to like focus now on A2A as well. And I think like if you want to focus on A2A, you can definitely explore like delegations. It was really amazing to see the updates from Shabazz as well. As I pointed out, like at least now I don't have to like go inside like the settings and see whether my which account is connected and whether I'm connected to the like site or not. It's pretty visible. Like as soon as like you just have a glance on the right side of your screen, you can see like whether the account is connected. So pretty good like UX bumps, and as Shabazz mentioned, like there are like more UX bumps coming up based on the user research they have done in the team. So if anyone wants to give any like feedback on the UI side of the MetaMask extension, I think like Shabazz would be more than happy to like get those in.
Yes. Yeah, I think like the best way is really to reach out, even ask and put screenshot in Builder Hub. So we are definitely like able to triaging those requests quite well. And yeah, I mean, thanks everyone also like putting comments and question in the chat. I think there is a lot of like people that were engaging with this in this quick hour, and again, thanks also for everyone that kind of like made this happen. We're coming back next month with the next community call. If you want to present something, if you're interested to kind of like partner up on different things, we are more than welcome to reach out. And if you will be IRL on the ground, either in Consensus or TheConf or anywhere else that a community builder night is happening, there are a lot happening in multiple cities at time every week. Feel free to join, reach out, and yeah, just learn and network with other passionate people in the ecosystem. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you so much, Ayush, for co-hosting this, and for everyone that put this community call together. A lot of work of coordination and ops. Awesome. Okay, sounds good. Thanks, everyone. And see you back next